to the whole fight. This is not a boxing match, right? This is a street fight. If we're still going with that whole flow. If we're talking about a boxing match, he's going to beat me straight up because he boxes. You know, that's like he boxes. I mean, I did a little bit in the Army. That was 15 years ago. You know what I mean? If I had time to train, that's a whole nother story. But once again, we don't want to start piling on to the scenario. It's just like a street fight, no weapons. I would destroy Catch 'em All. Welcome
hey there,
back,
little boys.
Were you waiting for me to talk?
Yeah, I was.
Dude, that was perfect. Good. Welcome back to another episode of Fishing After Dark with the beard, the badge, and another guy named Andrew.
What's up?
What's up? You guys have been wondering who the new cameraman. What are you about to say over there? What are you doing?
I'm just, covering the bases.
Oh, dude, good call. Yeah, so we the podcast is presented as always by Carl's Bait and Tackle, and we'll talk about them in a little while. They've got actually a Black Friday deal for you guys. Really good deal. But we've also got some Diet Dew, which we certainly can't show. And then we got some Liquid Death, which we probably shouldn't show either yet. Oh, it's on both sides. Here we go. That should be good. But we're not sponsored by anybody yet, drink-wise, so we can't just be giving free love.
Yeah, I'm trying. I've never had a sip, though. Have you had a sip of Liquid Death?
Yeah, dude. I love it.
For real?
I freaking love it. This sounds like a commercial for Liquid Death Water. I swear to God it's not. But if they hear it from Liquid Death Water, holler at your boy. Go ahead and make the phone call. But, dude, we got a Sunkist right here. There's a Dew Zero right there. Y'all got to turn them labels, dog. We're giving way too much free publicity. Tell me that's not the best water you ever had, though, for real.
It does go down smooth.
It's so good. You could just chug it.
No.
I don't even understand how to, describe it other than you just want to drink it. It's not like water where you're having to drink it to stay hydrated. You actually want to drink this water because it's so refreshing. It's got the perfect pH balance or something. There's something to it that makes it so easy to drink. But yeah, you guys have been wondering who in the hell replaced Andrew 1 behind the camera on my show.
Son of a biscuit.
So welcome Andrew 2. So
Appreciate it.
I think what we're going to be doing here, folks, from now on, we just had this idea 5 minutes ago, so this could go away. I don't even know. But it seems like a good idea to maybe start having Andrew 2 on the podcast more, or even every time, just to kind of give that extra layer of perspective, and especially behind the scenes type stuff. So he's going to be joining us today. We'll see how it goes. And we'll go from there. But we actually want to apologize to you folks because we missed a podcast last week.
Yeah.
And I'm terribly sorry about that. I don't want to blame it entirely on you. But no, it actually was both of us.
Yeah, we just got different projects going on, man. We got big things moving.
Yeah, exactly. You've got the houseboat and other stuff just popping.
Yeah. Me
and Andrew too, have been in the woods for literally off and on for 2 weeks now.
Something like that, yeah.
So, when we're gone, we're gone.
Yeah.
For a day and a half or 2 days. So it's it's tough, but we're gonna get back on it, get back doing at least weekly, maybe more in the future. I don't know. But yeah, man, it's all exciting stuff. Guggen Uncut's kind of popping, so I'm doing a lot of uncut content, hunting, everything. We've in a few days we've killed squirrel, hog, and deer.
It's pretty dope, man.
Yeah, on public land. Yeah. Well, the squirrel wasn't on public land; that was in Daryl's yard. But
was the hog public?
The hog?
Yeah.
Yeah, public. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Dang.
same area. Mm-hmm.
I thought that was on Neil's.
No. Yeah, the hog was on public property. We almost had a chance to get a hog too. It's been crazy, dude. I can't wait for you to see all the content. I don't want to spoil everything, but yeah, what's that ringing?
I think we're picking up something. Take your headphones off real quick.
Yeah, but we're picking up a high pitch.
But that
could be it.
I'll go cut it off. Y'all listen real close and see if it stops.
Okay. Yeah, that was her. That's my man, fixing problems, taking names, baby.
That's a big my bad, because normally I cut that thing off before we start, and I keep the little fan on behind me going. So that's a my bad type situation, but it's all good. Where were we? I
don't know. You've been in the woods, one-on-one.
Yeah, so I don't want to spoil the whole thing. It's a 4-part series at this point. We've just been going ham in the woods, but camping with neighbor Daryl.
Ham in the woods.
Yeah,
baby.
No pun intended, baby, because we killed a hog.
Yeah, a little Brokeback Mountain special.
Oh, well, you took it another level. I was talking went ham because ham comes off a pig.
Oh,
but
I thought you meant
you took it a whole nother way.
man love,
Well, there's that too. I mean, we are camping right next to each other. So
No, not even the same tent?
no, unfortunately. Well, we thought about it because it was real cold the last time we were out there. So we definitely thought it was so cold. We went to Walmart because I forgot my pillow again. And
Dang.
I always forget my pillow when I travel.
Yeah.
So I went to Walmart to buy a pillow, which I did. But then we got an electric heater because it was so cold.
Ooh.
And it was hot as shit in that tent. It was so hot.
I thought
was
heaters and
terrible.
tents don't go together.
Well, I did a little bit of research, meaning I Googled one article and found out that somebody did it and didn't die. So I was like, all right, cool.
Freaking.
So, well, I ran it in the tent for in a couple hours before I went to sleep just to make sure it didn't burn the tent down.
Right.
But it's an electric heater, so there's nothing on the outside that gets really hot. It's a fan basically
Gotcha.
that turns the air a little hot. So, I mean, I'm sure it's a little dangerous, but I also left some of the zipper undone, so there was some air circulation.
Okay,
So,
okay.
I think I covered all the bases. I'm still alive, so
Still here.
Yeah.
Still kicking.
yeah. But give us a quick update on the houseboat, man. I know we got to wait for this content to come out on your channel to really get
Yeah, man.
a sense of it, but just kind of give us where are you in the restoration right now?
Well, I'm in a bittersweet place because it's the project I'm finally at a point of the demo where I can see what the boat is going to be one day. I'm in there, I can look and see, okay, this is going to be epic.
Yeah.
But the negative thing is I have to redo the stringers, which is the biggest pain in the buttocks ever.
Now, what is a stringer with regards to a houseboat for people that don't know?
Okay, so a stringer, every boat has basically the structural, the backbone.
Okay.
The spine of the boat. If you don't have stringers, when you hit a wave, the fiberglass will just implode.
Gotcha.
So
It's almost what do you call it with concrete? The rebar?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind of like that. It's just in fiberglass.
Exactly.
And a skeleton. Yeah.
So I have to cut the fiberglass on top of the stringers, shock vac all the old rotten wood out, then put new wood in, then re-fiberglass that, then fiberglass a floor on. And it's it's doable work, but it's just a big pain.
I can only imagine. Yeah. We've already said it once, but I'm so bummed out I can't help you with this on the daily.
Yeah.
It sucks, man. I do wish it was closer. I just don't think it's a possibility right now.
It's not. We live really far away, and we talked about it earlier, it's just forcing me to grow faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your knowledge and stuff of
Knowledge.
how to restore a boat and
Dude, I'm looking for cameramen at the moment,
Yeah.
Just, I'm trying to grow quick, trying to get there.
well, do we want to put it out there right now? You're accepting applications for a cameraman editor, or do you have somebody in mind, or what? What's the deal with that?
No, we can put it out there. This would be a good place for
What
it.
is it? AOfishing@gmail.com?
Yeah, that's
There
it.
you go. So if you're a person that's got experience, hit your boy up. And you're looking for a cameraman and editor. You're looking for an Andrew too.
I'm looking for Andrew too.
I gotcha.
And I want you to have some form of experience, and I want you to be over 60. So if you're not over 60,
Kids
don't
have to.
even
If you
bother.
have kids, they have to be at least in college. They can't be at home.
yeah,
Yeah.
So-
some really weird requirements, but
you need to be on your third marriage. You need
right.
to be 60.
Just a failed human being.
Oh, dude, if you're over 60 and you're on your third marriage,
Well, that's
I
not
support
necessar-
you,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's not necessarily true, but I'm just
No.
saying. Yeah, you're looking for just a
I'm looking for
somebody
just
at
a
the end of
man's
the rope.
man. Yeah.
Just-
Doesn't really care about pay. He's just here to live.
I got you. You gonna open up a room at the house for this person? Let them sleep outside in the
man.
houseboat.
Yeah, you
They
fix that houseboat up with me. You can live there.
That's the deal. They have to live in the houseboat as they work on it. Jesus
But for
Christ.
real, I am looking for a camera person. I would like for you to have some sort of background in editing, know what you're doing. I don't want to have to train you from the ground up. I would
Yeah,
preferably you be better than me.
Right.
Make me look better and cooler than I am.
That's the
And,
goal. Yeah, that is the goal.
So if you're interested in that or know anybody that would be, shoot me an email. Send me something you've done.
Well, you know what? Quickly on that topic, Andrew too. This is going to be so confusing because when I look y'all's way and say Andrew, it's like a who
Just
am I
call
looking
me
at
Badge,
type
yeah.
thing. Yeah, well, I call you Badge most of the time, so it's pretty easy. But
Right.
Andrew too. So when me and you actually met a couple years prior to me hiring you, right? At
Yeah,
Publix.
3 years ago.
Yeah. And what was the story? You were a subscriber at that time. 'Cause I
Yeah,
know a
no.
lot of people are wanting to know how you got this job. So I don't want to spend a ton of time on it, but What did you gave me something outside of Publix one day? What was it?
It was a mystery tackle box, and it had a fishing reel in it. That was the Dale Earnhardt Jr.
That's
fishing reel.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember that.
It was like an Auburn spinner bait, and then like a plastic, some type of plastic lure.
It was like a homemade something,
Yeah,
wasn't
like,
it?
I think I called it like the pickle or something. It was like a just a
Gave him that
tube.
man
Gave him
pickle,
the
baby.
pickle, and I
Yeah.
took that pickle, baby, and ran with it. But
There we go.
that's the funny thing. Excuse me. The funny thing is, you gave me that stuff. I tried to go make a YouTube video, like excuse me. God, what the hell's wrong with me? I tried to make a video like, a subscriber gave me a bunch of crazy lures and stuff, and I went fishing with the stuff. I could never catch a fish. So it sucked because I had spooled that Dale Earnhardt Jr. reel up and everything. It was all red. And what it was a Quantum.
Yeah.
I know, but it was like an older one. You know how
think
bait
you still
casters
got it.
looked? I do somewhere.
It might be right behind us, dog.
Be on this table. As soon as you said I still have it, I was like, yeah, I do still have it.
No, it's back there somewhere.
Yeah, because I couldn't, like, I'm a big throw shit out type guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, when I'm done with it, I don't mind throwing stuff out at all. I know some people won't throw anything out. They'll
Yeah.
repurpose everything. I'm a throw stuff out kind of guy. But that was one thing I would never throw out. Not even because a subscriber gave it to me. And it would be really embarrassing now if I threw it out, because then you'd be like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, that was
you
like
took
your
my
great,
favorite
great,
reel.
great granddad's been passed down in the family.
Yeah, but even
Chunked
before,
out.
like, I was like, I got to keep this because this is a kind of a cool little thing. So it's somewhere. I got it somewhere, but I'm just not the most. Is that it? No, that's not it. I saw something.
Did it
that
have
said-
any type of sentimental value to you?
No, I went to Bass Pro Shop and liked it, so I bought it.
Oh,
Thank God, because I threw that bitch away years ago. I'm just kidding. No, I do have it. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, and then you reached out to me after I put my little plea out there for cameraman editor. You'd had a little bit of experience. You hit me up, and I remembered you from Publix because we had talked a couple other times.
Yeah.
It wasn't just that one time, but I was like, he didn't seem like an idiot for sure. And he works at Publix, which to me is kind of like a good thing, because I know Publix typically hires non-idiots, what I like to call it. You know what I mean? Like you have to have some kind of a brain, typically. Now I'm sure you could change our opinion on that because you've worked at Publix for a few years, so you've probably got some horror stories. But there's some bad apples in every bunch. But generally, Publix employees are very nice. They're knowledgeable, and they're not stupid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they're actually decent, thinkers, I guess. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but I was just like, screw it. We did an audition, went to Lakeview Fall, remember?
Right,
I did a
right.
backflip and lost a GoPro.
Dude,
Remember that?
And you were in a terrible. Can we talk a little bit more about that?
I was pissed.
Dude, that was like I want to say that was probably one of your, like, when it comes to YouTube and creation, probably the deepest bottom you hit.
Probably.
That couple months.
Yeah,
because
it
then,
was.
Then
Yeah.
we went to Florida.
Yeah, which was rough on us. Even though it was amazing, the experience was amazing, but it was a grind.
And you were like, one day you were like, okay, I definitely want to keep doing YouTube. I want this guy to film for me. And then the next day you'd be like, dude, I don't know if I can keep going or if I want to do this with my life.
I started to have that conversation in my head, like, do I really want to do this? And that's dangerous. Once you start having that conversation, do I actually want to be doing this? The answer will eventually turn into no if you keep saying it. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, it was not good.
No, I was nervous, man.
You were worried about me.
Yeah.
With good reason, man, because I was just kind of, I talked about it before. I was just burnt out. But now I've got rejuvenated now with not just hunting, but with some fishing too. And we did some fishing with neighbor Daryl out there at the campsite. That's going to go up on the LOJO channel. And it's a hell of a good time. I think, and also it's seasonal, you know what I mean? Like
100%.
Once spring comes around and fishing kind of picks up, I'm sure I'll catch the bug again. Like want to go fishing, want to catch big bass, and it's not. I don't think it's going to go away completely. But now I am like full hunting mode. You know what I mean? Like I've just made the switch.
Right.
We've turned the key in our minds, and it's just like it's so hard now. It used to be hard to do anything other than fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like hard to do fishing content now because my mind is so focused on everything else outdoors, like all the hunting seasons coming up, making the adjustments from like bow season to rifle season, and then it's going to be duck season before you know it, and then it'll be turkey season. You just kind of keep shifting your thoughts.
What do you like filming most, hunting or fishing?
Ooh, I don't know.
That's tough because you haven't been doing either very long.
Yeah.
We need to turn his mic up, man. Or is he just not close enough to it?
Put your lips on that bad girl.
Is this close enough?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You got to get used to just basically making out with this thing with your chin as you're talking. That's good. That's a good indicator to me, is if my chin's kind of touching, I know I'm like at that right distance.
If that hair is barely tickling, then you were right there.
There's a method to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you think right
I
now?
think it's split. Honestly,
Split?
Really?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's really split. I mean, I
'Cause they're
think the
both
hunting is a little more
fresh.
exciting, but
Yeah.
other than
Well,
that,
there you go.
Hunting it's intense,
yeah.
man.
I think it fits you, and I think it fits you too. I could definitely see you both in like a deer stand together.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
posted up for hours.
Dude, we've been having a good time. Generally, I mean, it's been cold a couple times, and we haven't had our group has not had a ton of action, although we have been walked up on by several deer. Like walked up on. Could
Really?
freaking touch that guy. Could have ran him down and tackled him. Not really, but I was close enough to.
I hear you.
And yeah, it's fun, man. We've been having a good time. Even when it was really cold the other morning. That's when hunting really starts to catch up with you, when you wake up at 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Right.
And it's 38 or 40, and you got to get up and get dressed and go out. It's like, oh, man, that's when you really start to question what you're doing. But once you get out there, though, man, and the possibilities are just endless. Had a coyote walk out in front of me this last time, like right in front of me, dude. It was so beautiful. I wanted to shoot that bastard. I just didn't want to waste. I didn't want to blow the whole spot on a coyote, but yeah.
That's cool though, man. I'm
It's
happy you
fun.
found your new avenue. You found
Yeah.
you found something that rejuvenated you in the creating side, which is what
Yeah.
we are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If
No,
we
totally
wanna-
agree.
If we want to do anything else, it's going to take 5 years to transition.
And now that I've realized that, to your point just now, I think I have refigured out that even if I were to like spend less time fishing and more time doing something else, I am a content creator at the end of the day. Like that
Yep.
is something that creating a piece of content is definitely something I'm still passionate about.
Yep.
And I've learned that through me and him putting so much more emphasis on filming these hunting videos and all the different angles and different cameras and different, whatever, editing. We've just put so much more effort into this. I can tell I still am excited to create content.
Yeah.
It's just the type of content I was creating had just become so redundant that I just couldn't keep doing it alone anymore.
Yeah.
But now that I'm mixing in other stuff, it's like it rejuvenates the whole thing. Now I just want to go make videos again.
Which is that makes me so happy, man. I'm glad to hear that.
Can we talk about the time that you called me that one night?
No.
No? No, we're not? Come on, man. It's not even that bad. I just thought it was funny. But I appreciated it, but
No.
We can't talk about that?
No.
Come on, man. You said you were getting more confident and being yourself more.
Yeah, let's do it.
Can I say
Yeah,
that?
you can do it.
The only thing it was, so one night, Badge, it was kind of late at night, but late to me, so like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, I'm long gone by then. I'm asleep. But for some reason, I was awake. I got a call from Badge, which is very unusual to get a call from you late at night like that. Because, I'm a family man. I'm in bed. I'm with the wife, whatever.
Yeah.
So I answered the phone, and you were definitely like, I could hear in your voice that you were kind of like, not upset, but you were definitely like bummed out about something. Like something was on your mind. That's typically when somebody calls you randomly out of the blue like that. Normally there's something on their mind. It could be good, could be bad, whatever, could be sad. So, and then you basically just told me, I mean, you correct me if, I'm surmising here. I'm just kind of doing a summary, but you basically just said, man, I really don't want you to like leave YouTube, or I don't want you to stop creating content because now that you've kind of like made it to the show, like now you're in here, you didn't want me to disappear because I was getting bored. So that was basically it. I mean,
Yeah, and I had seen it'd been like a 4-month progression of you being like, dude, I just don't know if this is what I want to do with my life.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I just got to this point where I was like, dang, man, I don't want you to stop.
It was, dude, I appreciated it, man, because, and I knew your heart was in the right place. And I mean, I was just bored. That's all it is. You just get bored and you start questioning, because I don't want it to seem like I'm unappreciative of my life and my job the last few years, because that's the furthest from the truth. I'm so thankful that everything's gone this way, but I'm a human being, and you get bored. And if you could be making as much, just say whatever number you want out loud, $1 million a year, it doesn't matter. You can get bored doing that. I'm telling you, it does not matter. You can get bored and you could walk away from it. People have done it, I mean, so it's not like just a money thing. It was just a creative kind of,
and
being in like a creative slump is the best way I know how to describe it.
That's why I called you.
But here's something that's going to get us out of that creative slump, okay?
What you got?
I want to play a little game with you too, okay? If y'all are ready.
Okay.
This is an even better reason. I'm glad you're here, Andrew, too. This is perfect. So here's what I will need both of y'all to do. I'm going to give you like 5 seconds.
Take our clothes off?
Well, that's coming later.
Okay.
Stay tuned for that.
All right.
Got to get at least one ad read in before we get naked.
All right.
Okay. Got to get the sponsors out of the way.
That's right.
Come on now, be professional.
Okay.
But so what I needed, I'm going to give you guys. I'm going to ask for y'all to name somebody.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 5 seconds after I say who I want, or what kind of person I want you to name. Okay. So that's the favorite fishing YouTuber for both of you. I'm going to give you 5 seconds right now to think about it. Who your personal, could be who inspired you, could be who you enjoy watching now, could be your channel. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. Do y'all both have somebody?
I got somebody in mind.
Do you have somebody?
Is there a specific fishing? Does it matter?
No,
Just
doesn't matter.
blanket?
Doesn't matter. Whoever, somebody that's well known though, somebody that other people, that our audience would know, like a creator who's on that level. You know what I mean? All right. So, and on the count of 3, I would like you guys to simultaneously say who it is. Or actually, you can just go first. Badge 1, 2, 3.
John B. in his prime. I mean, he's still
Okay.
in his John B.
Okay. Yeah. But okay. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Youngbloods.
Youngbloods. Okay. Yeah, he's a big Youngbloods guy. So
yeah.
My
Youngbloods
hands
is
are
like
sweating,
they're in Australia.
Yeah.
They're crazy. They do freaking nut stuff.
Love them.
Okay, so what's the main guy, Youngbloods? Is there a main guy or is it a bunch of guys?
It's one main guy, but
I always forget his name.
Yeah, what's his name? Because that's really going to hurt this conversation that we don't know his name. I guess we could just call him Youngblood.
Yeah, or Australian guy.
Okay. So now that we've named that, John B. Frick, Australian guy from Youngbloods. How do we not know his name?
I don't
He's your
know.
favorite. You don't know his name?
no, I
He
don't.
doesn't really
shit.
say it a lot.
Yeah, it never really says his name.
Okay, all right. So,
Oh gosh.
who wins a fight between John B. and the guy from Youngbloods? Street fight, that means no rules, but no weapons.
Okay.
Who wins that fight and why?
I would say about 100% chance, Youngbloods.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Same.
Simple as that?
Yeah.
No weapons now. Just hands.
No,
from
that's all this
Australia,
man
man.
needs.
I know, but John B.'s a wiry son of a gun, man.
I feel like
And he's been in some physical altercations that he walked away from okay.
what?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to put his business out there, but I know he's been into a couple,
Oh really?
I'm not saying John's a freaking UFC fighter. I'm just saying he can hold his own better than you think he could.
Well, here's what I will say. I've never met John in person.
Okay.
I've never met this Australian guy in person either. So I don't know the height or the reach differentials. But what I do know is this guy from Australia has survived few near-death experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him dive down and spear fish, and he's got a bat calf tattoo. I feel like any guy back, like the calf
Back
tattoo.
of your calf, okay.
Yeah. I feel like if anybody has a sleeve tattoo on their leg, that
A
they
sleeve,
could
that's a
win.
different story. Yeah, just a single tattoo, I actually think that's not badass. But a lower leg sleeve, yes,
Yeah.
you're right. That is true.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
a little bit more hardcore of an individual.
I just think he's just and what did he do before YouTube? He electrical, plumbing.
Yeah, something like that.
He was like a laborer, so
Yeah.
probably tough, strong.
Right.
Yeah. I will agree with you. The fact that he's Australian does give him an edge because generally we just consider other countries like that just to be a little tougher than Americans because we kind of get raised a little, less
pampered.
Yeah, we're pampered. Yeah, than other countries. So I guess.
We don't have as many things trying to kill us here. You know what I'm saying?
Probably it can't be. Australia's got to be number 1 in the world for stuff trying
That
to
or
kill
Africa,
you.
yeah.
Africa's got to be a way. I love Africa. I'd love to go to Africa.
Oh, for real?
Because some of my favorite animals live in Africa. Yeah,
Oh,
we're
okay.
right onto a Norm podcast topic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hippos, lions, love that, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, just big animals that could that us as humans don't see ever in nature. So we really don't, or us Americans, I should say, we don't see stuff like that. So we really don't understand if we were to be attacked by a lion. Let's just say a female young lion, we would be in serious trouble, right?
Yeah.
That cat will kill you.
I think there's more of a level of respect and honor in those communities.
Like
over there.
Australia, yeah.
And,
those countries.
especially Africa, just because
Yeah.
you have to have that in your daily life. There's things trying to kill you. Here, it's dude, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was going to say the worst thing that could happen here the biggest threat to us daily is car wrecks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably.
And that reminds me on my ride here,
Oh, really?
right? I had this, okay.
Oh shit! This is gonna be good. Let me drink some of my water. Oh.
So I'm ripping around in the GMC 03 step side. You know what I'm saying? I throw that bad girl in a quick 70, auto control because I got that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm cruising in the left lane, the faster lane, 2-lane road. And so I'm riding, this red Honda comes ripping down. And there's a car about 20 yards, and I'm like catching up to this car about to pass it, and it rips through us as like a dicey.
Good God.
I was like, oh. And so
Just made your butthole pucker a little bit.
Pucked up, and then
That's good. Pucked up. Yeah. P with a P, YouTube. Pucked up.
And then that car gets in the right lane and slows up. And then I never come off 70. I'm just
After it just squiggled past you.
right. I'm just cruise control. I pass them. And
On
then-
cruise control.
Right.
Yep.
I don't change my speed. And then they fly by me after I
I
pass them.
cannot stand that on the road, dude.
And so it keeps going. And then I start looking at this car. I'm like, okay, what kind of driver do I have here?
Okay, that's a good idea.
what I'm
Assess the
saying?
situation a little bit.
So they had really tinted windows. I get up on them.
Damn it.
It's a ghetto white chick
Okay.
with the longest nails I've ever seen in my life.
Ooh.
Right? And she's just texting away.
Oh, while she's driving.
Yeah,
Nice.
Leaning all up on the steering wheel. Just,
Dude, I'm sorry, but if I had $1 for every lady I've seen texting and driving, it's crazy. I know men do it too. I'm not trying to say whatever. I'm just saying I notice it a lot more with women, and God, it scares the living hell out of me.
So I look at this car a little bit more, right?
Okay.
And I look at the tag, and it says 7, but it's spelled 7.
Well, with the E was probably taken, so they probably had to.
And then they
or
threw
they
a
just
little
can't
7 in
spell. I
there,
don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just wanted you to see this, so I leave my cruise control on, right?
You made a video?
Not
What
me.
is this?
While I was driving.
Oh.
So cruise control set. So they just passed me. And then I ease right by them. And they're just texting. And that proceeded an hour. Just
Y'all are on that 431, that
Yeah,
highway?
an hour.
Just running.
and she's just
Wow.
and every time I would
But you keep catching her because you're just rolling at 70.
just leaving it there.
Yeah. I hate that, dude. That makes you feel so uneasy being around a car like that, too. Because, I mean, at any moment, she could just decide to change lanes and just not even know you're there, and just run you right off the damn road.
I
so.
set my phone up on the windshield and had it recording, and she went off her lane into the grass like 3 times.
Oh, my God. That's so dangerous. And she's going 72 because
Maybe
that's what you're
we
going.
shouldn't put her tag in there.
No,
should
we won't. We'll bleep her.
Yeah,
we need to bleep her
that
tag out.
I
Yeah.
didn't think
No,
that
it's fine.
out.
We'll bleep it out. Yeah, no, we catch that, and we'll catch that in the after the podcast is done. We'll catch that. Damn,
about
dude,
you?
that's crazy, man.
Favorite-
Actually, I was just thinking, me and him have had a couple run-ins lately, going to and from the camp with bad
Really?
drivers, and you follow.
What
Yes,
happened?
we have.
Just random stuff. People just pulling out in front of you when you're cruising along, and then they're just taking their sweet ass time. You know,
Dude, don't you love that, man?
it's just, if you're gonna pull out in front of me, that's fine, but you need to be on that gas pedal, Holmes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You need to freaking get on it.
You need to be about it.
That's
if you're
right.
Gonna, if you're gonna cut out quick,
That's right. That's fine, because I do it sometimes too. Because when you got to do it, but I get on it when I
Yeah.
go. I'm just like spinning tire. I'm freaking going. 'Cause I
Right.
don't want that person I'm pulling out in front of to have to slow down or them to hit me. But the people that pull out on you fast and then they just don't get on it, and you almost just crash into them, that'll get me going, because
me too.
that's just completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
You know, if you're in a hurry, then freaking go. You know what I mean? Pull out in front of me and haul ass, and I won't even know that you were in front of me.
I was
But if
getting
you're gonna-
mad, dude.
Yeah, it's annoying because it just reminds you that there's so many people out there that just don't give a damn about
Yeah.
who's on the road. And it just kind of it's an uneasy feeling, because you're just like, damn, my wife and your wife drives every day. My wife drives every day with kids. It's just like, man, it's just scary because there's people out there that are texting driving 70.
Yeah.
And all it takes is one wrong turn. If they hit maybe the front of your car, they're going to spin out and flip. If they hit the rear quarter panel, you're going to freaking spin out and flip. I mean, it's just, a lot can go wrong real fast. So it's just,
Yeah.
luckily, I text a little bit when I'm driving. I'm not proud of it. I used to never do it, but now I do a little bit because I'm just Just a lot of crap to do, but it's never okay to do. I try not to do it. I try to do it like stoplights and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or like when traffic's really slow.
I was ready to turn these cars into bumper cars this morning, man. After 30 minutes of her doing that, I was like, dang.
That's when you want to just like pull over and let her go. You know what I mean? Just let her get like more distance between the two of you, because you're just like, you're not going to crash me today.
Well, I was about it, because if you've seen my truck, you know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. She'd be doing you a favor.
Yeah, I'd get that insurance check and go straight. You know, I'd get that check for about $2,000, whatever my truck's worth, maybe $1.50.
Dude, now you're freaking talking.
Go get that new truck, baby.
Yes, sir. All right, folks, Black Friday is coming up really soon, and the folks at Shop Carl's are coming in hot with some amazing sales that you guys are going to love. This whole week, they've got a ton of Guggen Squad items going on sale, including the new Guggen Squad Mega Mystery Kit. They're even adding an extra 5% off of any of the Guggen green and gold rod bundles. I mean, come on. Who doesn't need more rods? Click the link right at the top of the description. Head on over to Carl's Bait and Tackle and just see for yourself all of the amazing deals going on right now. Carl's has absolutely everything that you're going to need for your fishing adventures. It's also a great place to find gifts for other people in your lives who happen to love fishing. Big shout out to Shop Carl's for sponsoring the podcast as always. And now back to the show. Okay, same rules as before, you two. Street fight. This is very important to the fight, because if you have weapons, that changes everything. Because some people are skilled with weapons, but they can't do shit with their hands. You know what I mean? So street fight, which means eye gouging, biting, everything's legal. Crotch, all legal, but no weapons.
Yep.
No weapons. That's very important here. Who wins a fight, Flair or Rob? In that scenario.
That's a good fight.
Flair or Lunkers TV? Because here's the thing. Everybody wants to say Rob, right? Because he's a former SF guy. He's tough as nails. He's a sniper.
Right.
But here's the thing. He don't have a sniper rifle. This is just one-on-one, and Flair's probably got 50 pounds on him.
Does he? What's the height difference? I
would say it's very close. It's probably only an inch either way. I don't know who's
met
taller.
Rob in person, yeah, but I haven't met Flair.
Rob is probably 5'9", 5'9".
Yeah,
Is that
Rob,
right?
I thought Rob was tinier.
Right. He's not tiny, and he's he works out, so he's built. Now Flair, he's a beefcake. I mean, admittedly, he's a big boy. He's probably got 30 or 40 pounds on Rob.
I don't know.
I could just be butchering. I don't know, but that is worth being said. That there's a big weight difference there. And in a scenario where it's a street fight, you're basically fighting for your life at that point.
All right. All right. Everybody you got to think of it too this time.
No, I am. No, I just want to hear y'all first, because I already know who I think will win.
You know who you got?
Yeah.
You know who you have?
I think so, yeah.
You go first then, man.
But you got to break down why. That's the thing with these hypotheticals. You have to give a real, okay, well, he would win because he would be willing to do this, or blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So go.
Well, I can't disgrace my fellow Andrew, and I saw what he did on Uncut the other day, so I'm gonna go with him.
What did he do?
Flair?
What did you see him do on Uncut?
Well,
Hey, we
you'll have
can't
to go watch.
Yeah, we can't say that.
Frick.
Here's one of the things about Uncut, guys. Is we could say some general stuff about Uncut, but when you hear us referencing, we're really not going to go in depth, because it obviously robs the people who are paying for that content.
Yeah.
We don't want to rob them of anything. We want it to be as exclusive as possible. But we told you off camera what he was doing.
Oh.
It involves a handsaw. I could say that. Some gnarly stuff with a handsaw.
Okay. So you got Flair. I've met Rob. That's the thing that's making me feel like
Rob is intense, man. He's intense, and he probably would be very. Whereas I think Flair would kind of fight in a reactionary way. If you attacked him, he would go back. But I think Rob is the type of guy who is going to be very calculated about how he attacks you to do maximum damage.
I think Rob could take that.
Yeah, I think Rob.
What do you think?
The reason why I hit y'all with this one right out of the gate, because I thought it was actually low-key very tough.
This is the hardest one, yeah.
Very tough. You wouldn't think, because like I said, I think your natural reaction would be Rob, because, he was in the Army, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't always mean anything in a street fight with no weapons.
All right.
If you put an AR-15 in my hands, I'm the deadliest motherfucker I know. But if you take it away from me,
right,
it's a whole different ballgame. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Either one of you could beat me in a fight, potentially. I mean, he's freaking studied damn jiu-jitsu and taekwondo. You could get a good shot on me. That's all it takes in a fight is a good shot, and that person's down and hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all it takes. So, I mean, a freaking knee to the crotch and an elbow to the face, and it might be over. You know what I mean? So, in that scenario, I'm going to give the slightest of slight edges to Rob.
Okay.
The slightest of slight. Because here's the thing about Flair. He's a farmer. He's a hunter.
Yep.
Okay, those guys They're picking dead animals up all the time. They're helping, rustle animals that get out of pens. I mean, that requires a certain amount of strength
and knowing how to combat
a
live animal.
That's right. The leverage that it takes for a live wild animal, the skill that it takes. You know what I mean? Like he's a very skilled killer, you could say.
Yeah.
And a skilled just person who knows how to handle a living, breathing thing that's trying to cause you harm potentially.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think Flair would definitely give him all he wanted.
I think he's
in
about
a street fight.
51-49.
That's exactly what I mean. Yeah, slight edge. Like if you simulated this fight 100 times, I think Rob would win more times, but it would be very close.
Yeah, it'd be tight, dude.
Because Flair's got that weight. So once again, in a street fight, you could get a hold of Rob and just fall on him.
Right.
And you could hurt him. You know what I mean? If you're heavier than him.
All right, I got a question for you.
Okay, hit me, please.
All right, I got two for
I love these hypotheticals, so I want to debate. So just give me something to debate.
All right. Both of y'all think about this.
Okay.
So fishing with Norm.
Okay.
Versus,
if you thought we weren't going to get Norm in the mix, but go ahead. Yeah, I like where you're going.
Versus me.
Norm versus Badge. Okay, let me do a little processing here because I have not processed that one yet.
Yeah, I was hoping this one would kind of catch you off guard.
Oh man, AYO versus Norm. That's a good one. That's a good matchup. Because the age, very similar.
Same month. Yeah.
Same month. Oh, I didn't know that.
We were both born in March 1998.
So you're essentially the same age.
Yep.
Now Norm has a tremendous reach advantage on anybody except for like a giraffe.
Right.
Right. A giraffe might have a similar reach than Norm, but a human being, Norm's going to have reach.
Okay, it's pretty neck to neck, man. Same age. He collects Pokemon.
Yeah.
I read Harry Potter 3 times.
That's right. You just dump a ton of money in crypto and just buy high, sell low.
You know what I'm saying?
Big financial guy. So
it's neck to neck.
let me ask you this, because here's the thing about these hypotheticals. Oh, God.
Okay.
You got to have qualifying questions, right? There's follow-up questions because that's important.
Come on with it.
What's the weight difference? Because I think it's probably close. You got him. You got him.
I weigh like 20, maybe. I think I weigh 20 more pounds than him.
20
maybe 25.
pounds. Okay, so he's got reach. You've got weight. You're both the same age. Now, how many fist fights have you been in your life? Do you even want to say? Have you been in some fights?
I have been in elementary school. Do those count? Me and freaking K4, dude.
You
was on that
you
playground
were the man
throwing
K4.
hands, dog. I got beat up a lot. I didn't really get in a lot of fist fights.
Dude, I got beat up a ton in middle school.
Dude, middle school, I got my crap handed to me, dude. Yeah. Like, I got put in a locker for 2 hours, man.
You told me.
Yeah, dog. I spent a whole practice in the locker, sitting there just playing with some dude's girdle. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm guessing Norm has been, and he may have been in he's probably never been in a fist fight, has he?
I don't know.
And that's only because he's just such a damn nice guy. That's the only reason I say that.
I will say, both of us kind of had the same thing where we got to a stage in life where we started working out like crazy. Yeah. And we both worked out really hard, but we haven't worked out in many years, Okay,
I'm going to give you my perspective here, and I'm also going to give you my answer.
All right.
I would give you the edge.
Okay.
Because in the scenario in my mind, the street fight with no rules, no weapons. I don't think weapons would matter with you guys, Well, you have more experience with weapons.
We would just be firing all around.
Well, what I mean, like a knife or something. I don't even think that would matter. I think that's just kind of a toss-up. But here's the thing. If you tackled Norm, right out here in front of the house, right, if y'all just decided you hated each other,
right,
and you tackled Norm and started punching him, okay, I think Norm's reaction to that, I think he would just laugh. Even as you were just knocking him unconscious.
But what if he was pissed off?
That's what I'm getting at. Okay, now if Norm was the aggressor, in that scenario, and tackled you and started punching you, I think you would I fight back. I think you would kick into that fight or flight response, faster than he would because he's such a laid back guy.
Yeah.
So because part of the rules is not changing somebody's mental state. You can't take Norm and say, okay, but in this scenario he's going to be he's going to be so focused. It's no, that's not that. It's you as you stand right here.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There is no time to train. There's no this. It's just right now. And so I think you would be quicker to get to that. Oh God, we're in a fight. I gotta beat your ass. It's the only way I can survive. I think you would get there faster than he would.
Okay, I appreciate that. What do you think?
I can't give it to you, man.
Dang it, dude. Why, bro?
He's got the reach on you. It's all about the reach.
All right, me and Norm, dude. I want to fight you now, dude.
We're calling out Norm. It's official. It's on
Gosh,
wax.
dang it.
Here's the thing about reach, though, because I thought about that. If Norm had any boxing experience at all, I'd give it to Norm. Because what you can do with reach is, man, every time you try to come in, he just tags you. You.
Norm's only an inch taller than me.
Yeah, but his reach, though. Reach is not height alone. It's also wingspan.
You think his arms are much longer than me?
Yes. His wingspan has you beat by at least 4 or 5 inches. And that's huge.
Yeah, he does have a massive
Because
wingspan.
that means how far, this is 4 or 5 inches, right? That means in order for you to punch him, he's already punched you twice. That's why I said if he had any hand throwing experience. I just don't believe he has any. But if he did, he would be an incredibly hard person to fight because you got to get close to punch him or take him down, and that means he can just tag you the whole time. And if you got like a broken nose or something, you'd be at a huge disadvantage then because then your eyes would be watering, you'd be all freaking just like shit.
Dang, you're really thinking about it.
Well, that's how fights go. I mean, just like a minor thing happens, and that person has now lost a ton of ability to fight anymore. You break somebody's nose, I don't give a damn who it is. You break my nose right now, I'm probably still not trying to fight you. You know what I mean? I'm now at this point, I'm just like, oh, shoot. I don't. Yeah. All right, hold on. Because people don't like pain, So,
no, for sure.
Anyways, that was a good one, though.
Yeah. I figured same age. Pretty same.
No, that's a great one. I was thinking Norm, but I couldn't figure out who to pair him up with. I actually kind of thought about Norm and John, but I don't want to use people that we've already used. Man, that was a freaking good one. You that one like took the wind out of me. Now I'm just like, damn, what were the other matchups that I had in my head?
That was a good matchup. I think if there was ever a fishing boxing event, that we would be very good head to head.
No, I think y'all would be a great matchup, and the fact that you're friends would be great. It'd be hard to punch Norm though, man.
I don't think I ever would want to punch Norm.
I don't think I could punch Norm. If he punched me right in the face, I don't know if I could punch him back.
I could punch him with my mouth, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh man, I was about to take it uncut right then, real quick. Well, you can bleep it out. You could just tongue punch his beehole. Give him a tongue punch right to the old back end. Make sure you bleep out when I say tongue punch his beehole. Yeah, and again, when I'm saying it right now, don't. Actually, I don't care. You can leave it in. I don't give a shit. Just bleep the curse words, though, because we do have to keep it semi-family friendly here.
Dang, Norm, dude.
You said mouth punch, and I immediately went to tongue punching.
I'm coming for you, big boy.
I'm coming.
You better.
Coming with a tongue punch, baby. Get ready. Where are we at? Okay, we're good. Let's take this moment. Okay, here's what I need y'all's help again, okay? I didn't read any reviews. I'm a piece of human garbage, but I'm about to right now. I'm about to read a couple of reviews that I've got here. In the meantime, I want y'all to think of another matchup. Fishing, the only limitation is you have to be a well-known fishing YouTuber. So if you guys know, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcast, you can actually leave a 5-star review and write a review too. So please go ahead and do that. It helps a lot with the podcast being discoverable and stuff like that. But we might read it on the air. So first comment is from a user called LOJO's Beard.
Oh,
so my beard apparently has gotten a Apple account and is now just freaking going wild. So be looking out for that. He said, the pod's great. Keep it up, boys. Doing a great job. Hashtag fish for life.
Hashtag.
Next person, Eli Corbett. The subject says, yep. That's good. He said, awesome to listen to consistently. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And then finally we have Lazar Cooper. It said the subject is please read. So we're going to read this whole damn thing.
Oh, shoot.
This involves both of us. This is pretty cool.
Okay.
I'm the guy that drove all them hours to see y'all in Pittsburgh at the meetup and was giving the yee frogs that y'all signed. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
That was cool. This podcast and Rob's keeps me going through my 10-hour workdays. I would support anything Guggen, as I always have, because I believe in y'all. Thank you guys for everything y'all do. So thank you to that guy.
Yeah,
I can't remember. This says Lazar Cooper, so if that's your name, thank you so much, man. I do remember you. I'm sure you do too.
I do.
Because we met a bunch of people. Met almost 1,000 people.
But only one guy was given a yee frog.
That's right. And I think he was the first in line, was he not?
I think he was.
Because he drove a really far away. It was something like that. They drove hours to get there. So
yeah, shout out to that guy. Shout out to everybody listening to this while you're working a 10-hour shift.
Yes, man. Fact. That's why we feel so bad about missing a podcast, because I just think about all the people who listen to this. And they're just like, damn it, I didn't get one last week. Screw you guys. Yeah. And you're absolutely right, but we'll try our best to never let that happen again.
We've been there, man. We've been there where your heels are a little heavy, a little sweaty.
Oh, for sure.
You're kind of tired of standing.
Dude, a podcast can lift you up. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Just listening to a couple dumbasses talk about stuff.
Yeah, when you realize you're not dumber than the people that you watch.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Life gets a little bit better. So,
Yes.
have y'all thought about?
Tongue punching.
No, I think I think I know how we should do this. Okay.
Okay.
I think we need to keep this random because if we start thinking about good matchups, things get kind of like. Here. I just want to hit y'all with a scenario. Okay?
All right, go ahead.
Let's do this. Let's reboot the first thing we did.
All right.
Okay. Because now y'all are not going to know who you're thinking of. You won't know who the other person's thinking of.
By the way, this is going to be getting cut out, right? The conversation we just had.
Oh no, I was just explaining it to everybody.
I'm such an idiot, dude.
I'm explaining what
leave
we're
it
doing.
in, dude. I'm jackwad. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's all
I was
good.
trying to give. It's fine.
Okay, so I want you guys again
Okay.
to think of a fishing YouTuber. Okay.
All right.
So first of all, we did like your favorite, right? Now let's move on from that. Let's name.
Dang, you want to say least favorite, don't
No,
you?
well I don't know because we're not going to go there, but we could. But
Nah.
I was just going to say like go down the list.
All right.
Like if you had a number one, which we already said, now like go to like number two or number three now, and on the
Okay.
count of three, I want y'all to do it simultaneously. That way we know that. I mean, there's no way y'all know who each other is talking about. So this could be a crazy ass fight. I don't know. So on the count of three, y'all
Wait,
both have
I gotta
somebody.
think. I gotta think. Just somebody. Or I'll just think of another creator. It doesn't have to be
It
my
doesn't have
second.
to be your second. It could just be somebody you enjoy to watch. That's all.
Okay.
It's important that it's random. I think that's what gives my hypothetical scenario. It actually makes it real. You know what I mean? Because it's just a
Yeah.
random freaking thing.
All right, I got
Yeah,
one.
you
got
have one?
Yep.
Okay,
All right.
on the count of three, simultaneous. 1, 2, 3.
618.
Bama Bass and
Oh,
618.
that's a good
great
one.
matchup.
That's a good one.
That's a great matchup because they're both like quiet. They're both
Yeah.
like not super
Dude, that's
aggressive.
a
That's a
good
great
matchup.
matchup. Yes, 618 fishing and Bama Bass. Oh my God, that's amazing matchup.
Dude, we are making the best event ever.
Dude, I'm telling you, y'all need to write down every single matchup we said so far because those are three solid,
Yeah.
like headliner boxing matches right there. I mean, we are literally making it happen on the. Okay, so, all right, so you said 618, you said
Right.
Bama Bass. Two, I mean, they were both on our. Were they both on our list of
Yeah.
top 10s?
Yeah.
They were, right? Yeah, we did our top 10 list
I
fishing
don't know
YouTube
if I've
channels.
seen Bama Bass's body.
Okay, here's the thing. All right, let's get the measurables out of the way first, because in the videos now, I don't even think you see him anymore.
Yeah.
So, but I've seen him a few times. What he looks like to me is an average size Southern guy.
Okay.
So you're looking at like 5'10" ish, give or
Okay.
take an inch, and like a 200-pound. You know what I mean? Just a very average build.
Right.
I would say, I don't know. That's about as much as I could give you. But it's more. This matchup to me is more about personality because I think 618 looks like he might be a hair taller, but he's probably thinner as well.
Yeah.
just a little
tats.
bit.
He's got a couple tats.
got
I think Bama Bass is probably a clean slate, if you know what I'm
Bama
saying.
Bass is probably a clean slate. He's got tats. Is that what you said?
618 does.
Tats. Okay, so he's got some tats, maybe. But here's what's more fascinating: is the personality. It's
Yeah.
amazing that you guys said these two people because they actually kind of film stuff the same way.
Yeah, it's weird.
They use a lot of like voice overlay, and they rely on themselves to tell a story a lot. So, personality-wise, they're so similar.
Dude, it's
neither one of them are
weird,
aggressive.
yeah.
Neither one of them are aggressive. So you really have to like do a deep dive here and think, okay, because street fight, no weapons, no rules at all. Here's the only thing I will say, and then I want to hear what y'all think, because this is a tough one, and I haven't spent personal time with either one of them, so I can't really say like, oh yeah, well, but he might get upset, blah blah blah.
Right.
I would say Bama Bass has a slight size advantage,
Okay.
which always matters,
All right.
and then he is a family man. Okay, so that's the only thing I have to rely on in this situation. A family guy, I feel like, is always going to fight harder than a single guy, right? Like, or I could be I could have that ass backwards.
No,
but I
I
feel
know.
like somebody who's actually protecting something, like in his mind, he's like, okay, I can't die in this street fight because I've got a wife and a kid at
Yeah.
home.
There's no flight in a
There's
family
no flight
man.
in a family man. It's like, okay, well, if it's on, the battle's on. I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah,
you know,
this is
a single guy may be quicker
to say, all right, I'm out. Yeah.
to say, yeah, I just don't want this smoke.
Yeah, not have as much drive. I hear you. Here's what I will say. You can kind of look at a person and how they dress, the car they drive, and their tattoos. It says a lot about them. And so what I
Okay.
will say, based off what I've seen from Bama Bass, I feel like in his spare time, he probably watches college football.
Yeah, I think he's a huge Alabama fan. I think he lives around. He lives in Alabama
Bass.
somewhere. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, he's a big Alabama Roll Tide fan.
Okay, so I could see him really diving into that. Probably drinks a lot of sweet tea, if I had to guess.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Southern people, even though they work long hours, a lot of times they don't do fitness or any type of MMA class or anything. Now, 618, I could be really wrong. He looks like the guy that either one, goes to a yoga class,
okay,
or two, does jujitsu.
He might be like jujitsu or something.
And you don't even know. But
like he's super wiry.
Yeah, and he could just put you in a hold quick. So I'm going to go 618 just because he has like this mysteriousness about him.
Yeah, he does. He does. And you could also say, well, a family man just going to be a little bit more docile. You know, he's going to be a little softer because he's got, you know, I think he's got a daughter. Yeah, because I think his daughter and Lily were born very close to each other.
That's cool.
So I think we talked about it one time at ICAST, me and him, before they were, or right as they were born or something like that. Anyways. Andrew, too, thoughts?
I don't know. I'm going to have to go with Bama Bass.
Yeah.
Family man.
Yeah, you can't go with
family man.
Yeah.
He's got the weight advantage for sure. And the thing is, we don't know. You know, if we knew either one of them had like an athletic background or something, but we don't. So let's just assume there is none. That's the problem, because like what you said about 618, yeah, he could have been taking Taekwondo for 4 or 5, 6 years. But then again, maybe he doesn't, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe he's never been in a fight before.
Yeah, he could be one of those dudes that had a rough go with the Boy Scouts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
now
exactly.
He's just chilling.
Exactly. Now he's just freaking putting hot dogs on circle hooks and shit. You didn't even laugh. I was trying. No, we talked about it. We love 618.
Yeah,
we need to have him on the podcast.
I commented that, and he didn't respond because I think he's, you know.
Well, he's too good for you, for sure.
I mean, that's a fact.
I mean, jeez.
My voice went out when I said it. So,
What are we even talking about here?
Jeez.
No, he commented on that ranking, and he
shared it.
He said he appreciated. He shared it. And he said he appreciated it. So
He's the homie.
Yeah, 618 is a friend of the podcast. We'd love to have him on. So, man, that was a freaking good one. Holy shnight! So what do we? So far, we've got Flair and Rob. Great matchup for a boxing match.
Yep.
Great matchup. We maybe should change the rules to a boxing match next time. But
Okay.
anyways, we got Flair and Rob. We've got John. Wait. Flair and Rob. Then we had you and Norm.
Right.
Then we had 618 and Bama. Have we
Right.
done John yet?
I think we did John and
Didn't
Youngbloods.
Yeah. Okay. John and Youngbloods. Okay. So we got, these are some great fights here.
Okay.
These are some great fights. Oh my gosh. Let's think about another one. You got one?
Yeah, I got one in my head that I'm thinking of.
Send it.
What about you versus Catch 'em All?
Dude, it's so funny you said that. I was thinking about telling that story today. I guess I should.
Yeah, we got to now.
So, okay. Yeah, this is a good one. I was also not going to include myself in any, but I
Yeah.
guess since you have now, I will. But, okay, so I've been wanting to tell this story forever, and I'm not going to tell the whole story because it doesn't, none of it makes any freaking sense. But luckily, you were in the car with me, so you can corroborate everything I say.
It was bizarre.
Okay, so a couple months ago, and it's all about this podcast too. That was the whole subject. So one day I called Zach, Catch 'em All Fishing, because I know Zach. I've met him several times. I've hung out with him personally, filmed videos with him over the course of a couple years. Now he's not my best friend. We've hadn't spent that much time together. But as far as like somebody who lives really far away, we talk sometimes. Comment on each other's stuff sometimes. Whatever. I was under the impression that we were pretty good friends as far as a YouTube friend goes.
Right.
So one day, me and you are in the Walmart parking lot, about to go film a video, and I call Zach because I've got his number. We text sometimes. I ask him stuff. He asks me stuff. And I was only calling him to ask him if he wanted to be on the podcast. That was the only thing. It was just like, hey, man, I think we could have a dope-ass conversation. Yeah. It would be fun. Me and my co-host, it's going to be really fun. We should do it. And he seemed very receptive to it in the first few moments or minutes of the phone call. But at some point in time, and it gets fuzzier because it gets longer and longer ago as time goes on, but I said something about Guggen Squad. Mm-hmm. And his whole demeanor changed, and he kind of almost like got a little defensive, wasn't it? Like kind of like he didn't really want to talk about Guggen Squad, or it almost just seemed like he just as soon as I mentioned it, it kind of put him in a bad mood, right?
Right.
Am I telling it good so far?
No, that's perfect.
On my cord. There we go. So, the conversation continues, talk about some stuff, but his whole demeanor has changed. How did the boxing get brought up? How did him fighting me in a boxing match get brought up? Because it was brought up pretty quickly by him. How did it happen?
Pretty much, he said, look, we could film a podcast right now. We could announce that me and you were going to fight. I'll give you some time to train, but I would love to add you to my trophy list.
Yeah, it was great. He
was coming for your neck.
Yeah, and he was very confident he would kick my ass too.
And you were like, I don't know about that, man. We can just have a normal podcast.
I was trying to deflect because I just didn't understand where this was coming from.
It was random.
It was at the height of the whole Logan Paul and Jake Paul and those YouTube boxing. It was at the height of all that. So I get his brain was probably we could get something going here. But it's just the way he was very adamant that he and I could box.
Right.
And I get what he was saying is that he would beat everybody else up in the Guggen squad so easily that I would be the only true challenger.
Okay.
Was kind of the tone of what he was saying, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because there was nobody else that he would want to box in the Guggen squad because half the guys are way smaller than him.
Yeah.
And he's actually boxes. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of years of boxing experience. So he's somebody who, if you've never boxed before, he could probably hurt you, especially if you're a lot smaller than him. But now, okay, so then that all happened. I'm sure he'll maybe hear about this, watch this eventually. I mean, we have no problem with catching them all. I mean,
no.
We'd still love him to have him on the podcast. I'd love to talk to him about that freaking phone call and see what the hell even happened.
Yeah.
Because it did seem like there was a moment where he was pissed.
He did, man.
At me.
He said for a second, you were just like, hey, man, can you just come talk? We can talk 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, we could fight. And then you were like, well, let's not just
I was like,
box.
I'm really not interested in that, man. I just want to have you on for a podcast.
Yeah.
That was the only reason I'm calling.
And then he was like, well, if we're not going to fight, we can talk in 6 months. I don't really know if it's going to be worth my time to go on your podcast. I'm going to go play some 12-year-olds in Call of Duty.
It switched to that whole I don't really want to take the time to do it. I'd rather just go kill some 12-year-olds in Call of Duty.
And I was like, oh.
And we're just like, all right. So the phone call ended kind of weird. But since then, he's commented on some more of my Instagram stuff. It seems like everything's cool. I have no idea what happened.
He could just have a sense of humor that we don't realize.
That is also possible. The more I learn about human beings, a lot of times it's just miscommunication.
Yeah.
Lots of times people don't mean exactly what they're saying the way you're interpreting it.
Right.
They're interpreting it a whole different way the way they say it. But needless to say, it was an extremely weird conversation. Now, to the whole fight. This is not a boxing match, right? This is a street fight. If we're still going with that whole flow. If we're talking about a boxing match, he's going to beat me straight up because he boxes. That's he boxes. I mean, I did a little bit in the Army. That was 15 years ago. You know what I mean? If I had time to train, that's a whole other story. But once again, we don't want to start piling on to this scenario. It's just like a street fight, no weapons. I would destroy Catch 'em all. Yeah. Because all I'm going to do if he tries to punch me, it just depends on how it goes. But if I can get my hands on him, I'm going to win the fight.
I feel
because I'm going to pick him up and I'm going to slam him on his neck, and the fight's going to be over. But now, if we get into a boxing match, which is what he's going to want, no, I don't know. He could have some jiu-jitsu background. I don't know, but
I think you would win a street fight, lose a boxing match if you took a year to condition and you conditioned hard.
Yeah, took it seriously.
It would be close.
I think I would agree with that in a boxing scenario. If I took a year and I was serious about it, I think it would be close. I think he might even still beat me. Who knows? Yeah. I mean, his boxing seems like it's pretty good for just a guy walking around the street.
He just has, I feel like we're more heavy set dudes and he's just genetically a lighter guy.
And he's
forever.
Just in good shape. He's in great shape, which is boxing is a good sport for that.
Yeah.
But in a street fight, it may or may not rely on stamina. You know what I mean? It could be over fast. It might take a long time. It just depends. I think Monster Mike is like an MMA guy, which is his buddy. So he may have some MMA skill as well. I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to bang my chest and say, I'd kick everybody's ass. I'm just saying in that scenario, when my fight or flight when that switch gets tripped, I'm not going to stop. I can know for a fact, I already know what I'm going to do, you know? And there's a chance I'm going to lose some of those fights, but I'm just saying, run that fight 100 times, I'm definitely winning more than 50.
Yeah.
If there's no rules, there's no way I'm losing. I'm just saying. If there's rules and we're in a boxing ring, I might get killed. But that's just how I feel. I'm sure he feels the same way, though. So
I think that's good, though, man.
Yeah, certain people are just like, hey, look, if my back's against the wall and my life's on the line, you're not going to beat me.
I feel
That's
that
just
way.
how I feel. Yeah, exactly. And you feel, yeah, exactly. That's just
And I
probably
have
normal.
no experience. Yeah.
Right.
You have plenty of experience. I feel that way. I'm like, I want to fight you right now because you said Norm would beat me. I'm just kidding.
No, man. And like I said, it's all love. I mean, if Ketchum ever watches it, he probably doesn't because he's probably killing some 12-year-olds on Call of Duty right now.
Right. He doesn't care about it.
But I'm just saying, I think a lot of people would just generally feel that way. That's why I didn't want to put myself in any of these scenarios because I don't want it to seem like I'm saying I would just beat everybody ever. Because that's not how I feel at all. I've lost plenty of fights in my life. I've been in a lot of fights. I've lost probably as many as I've won. But in this stage in my life, I'm definitely stronger than Ketchum. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
I think that's a no-brainer. Even though he's very strong, even in the gym, he's very naturally strong.
Yeah.
That weight difference is going to be a problem in a street fight. Not in
yeah.
a boxing match. He would have an advantage because I'd be dead in the boxing match.
Right.
In the first round, I'd be done.
Yeah.
To probably 30 seconds into the first round, I'd be done.
Yeah.
But in a street fight, then 30 seconds, if I can get my hands on you, then I just feel like I said earlier, even if we just fall and I fall on top of you, I'm going to get you mounted real quick,
Yeah,
which is
I know.
jiu-jitsu. And then I just don't know how. I don't know what you're going to do because I'm going to headbutt you. I'm going to drop elbows. I'm going to bite you. Like, I'm going to do whatever, and you're not going to get me off of you.
Yeah.
So unless he grabbed an arm and put me in an arm bar or something, or just got a hold of me, I don't know. I just think in that moment that I would not lose
Okay.
more times than I would win.
I think I have one more for us.
Okay, well, let's break real quick.
That's for you.
Thanks.
All right, you said you got one for us? The one to end it on?
Milliken fishing.
Oh, here we go.
How tall is Milliken?
Well, give me the other person first, and we'll run down some measurables.
Yat Pack.
Ooh, very nice, dude. We need to print these cards up right now. We just laid out the entire boxing event.
Yep.
See, I don't want to box. I guess I'd have to in this scenario. Well, because it's the thing that's going to hurt you the least. I mean, we can't do jiu-jitsu. People would be getting their fucking arms broken and stuff.
We could do like field goal kicking contest.
Yeah, there you
know
go.
What I'm saying?
Okay.
Extra
so
point.
field goal kicking just start breaking down their
Norm
legs.
would win that. Like quick.
Yeah, dude, Yak would win. His thighs are like this big.
Yeah,
he could kick a freaking field goal for 80 yards.
Yeah, I think Norm got him on that flexibility, dude.
Yeah, he might.
He can stretch that thing out.
Okay, I like what you did here because you got old Milliken, who it's like we had this like weird, untalked about internet beef with, which we don't even at all. Although a lot of people said they appreciated when we said that he was a good fisherman in the last podcast.
Oh, they did? Mm-hmm. Well, he is. I mean,
there was no doubt in that.
No.
And I do not dislike Milliken. I'd like to say that. It's just, there's just some things in the past that happened, and, I've gotten one person's perspective of it, and I just didn't like what I heard. That's all,
Yep.
It's just, I don't want to hang out with him, but that doesn't mean that he's not a decent human being. And one day, who knows, I never say never, so.
I just hope he doesn't come around me, man, because I tongue punch that man.
He did talk smack about me one time a long time ago, like directly in a video. So I kind of forgot that for a second. But I mean, honestly, I hadn't thought about that in a long time. So anyways, yeah, I like this. This is good.
Yep.
So we got Yak and Milliken.
So what's the height of Milliken? I don't really know.
So I think, once again, dude, this is close because I think Milliken and Yak are probably very close in build.
Okay.
Very close.
All
Now Milliken's lost a lot of weight recently, I think. I think the last time I saw him, he looked really skinny. Actually, I thought he lost too much weight.
I think he's kind of jacked, though, a little.
He might. Well, see, that's the thing. I haven't seen him in a long time, so he could be like in a whole new gym routine. And the thing about big guys like me too, if we start working out, we get, what I mean? Because we've already got the meat there.
Right.
Like when you're skinny, you have to build the meat, and it's really hard to do. But when you've already got the meat, it's easy to turn it into freaking. You know what I'm saying?
That
You already got that
meat, baby.
Every time I said meat, you were just like, It's like, yeah, meat. Okay, but let's talk about Yak first because we know him better.
Okay.
Yak is like what, 5'11"?
Yeah.
Or could we call him 6 foot? He's right there.
I'd give
He's
him
6
6.
foot. And he weighs like 225, right?
Yeah.
He's almost built like you, almost. He's a little bit, his weight distribution is a little different, but he's almost built like you. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, he's a little bit shorter, but that's it.
A little bit shorter. Okay. So 6 foot, 225, in good shape?
I think he's in really good shape.
I'd say he's in good shape. He's lost some weight.
Yeah.
Okay. So Milliken, same deal. He's probably 6 foot ish.
Yeah.
I think he's maybe 5'11", 6 foot.
Right.
And he was a bigger guy like me, but now he's lost weight, so he could be like 220, 215, 225. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a very similar build.
Damn, so that's close. So right out of the gate, you got the military experience. I know you don't want to lean too heavily on that, but that shouldn't count for nothing. I mean, because that is going to make you tough. Yak Pack's a tough son of a gun. I mean,
and Yak Pack always refers to himself as a hood rat.
what does that mean?
It just means
in a fighting context, though. So he's just down for it, just not afraid.
Yeah, I think Yak is probably one of those guys that grew up and like Saturday night rolls around and where I might, make a little fire, maybe bust out a Harry Potter book, small cup of tea or something. I've never done that in my life. But
I know what you mean, though. But like we're watching a movie with our family on Friday night when we're 12 years old. He's out there
He's out
getting
there
fights on the street.
Him and his buddies have a 5-gallon bucket of beer that they're drinking.
Right at 12.
Yeah, they're just like chugging that thing, and then they're going to fight the other varsity team's football team at age 12.
Honestly, they're probably fighting each other. They're probably just getting drunk. Like, you want to fight? Yeah, I'll fight. I'll kick your ass right now. That's probably.
I feel like Yak would be a tough street fighter.
I think Yak. There's a lot of people that I would feel really confident, and then there's people that I just really don't want to get into it with because there's just going to be too much damn work.
Yep.
And then, you could say it probably about catch 'em all too. You'd probably be a handful for sure. Yak Pack would be a damn handful.
Dude, Yak would be a handful.
I think I'd take Yak on that one, and it has nothing to do with me and Milliken. And it's also unfair when you know one person in the fight really well and you don't know the other person that well because we don't know anything about Milliken personally.
Right.
So but just on face value, it would be hard for me to bet against Yak in a street fight with no rules and no weapons. I think Yak, that's like his cup of tea.
I think he would like it.
That's what I'm saying. Like
he's the kind of guy that would be like, yes.
Yeah. Oh, now I get to bite that ass. Let's freaking go, boy. I'm saying that's what he's saying, Why?
Why you gotta be weird, dog?
I'm sorry. This whole conversation's gotten weird,
dude.
Yeah, why not? What's more humiliating when you beat a guy's ass than literally biting it at that point?
Oh, dude, you're weird, man.
No, I'm just trying to go as far down the weird holes I possibly can.
No, you did.
No pun intended. Got him with that one.
You succeeded, man. You and that beehole have wrapped this pot up good.
Well, look, man, I don't know how you bet against Yak Pack on that one.
You can't. And if we knew Milliken, maybe Milliken grew up and it was every weekend he was getting in, fights and.
Right. The tough streets of Nebraska. The tough cornrows of Nebraska.
Yeah, man. Meet me in the back left corn row and we can.
There's probably been many fights done in a cornfield, I'm sure.
Dude, I'm
sure. I mean,
for a fact,
it's a
man.
Great place to have an illegal, underground street fighting club.
Did you street fight in high school?
No. I got beat up a bunch. I didn't start fighting until I was in the Army. That was when a lot of that happened.
That's kind of dope, though. So you had all that fueling you through that, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I just, I don't know. It just became something to do, Like you said, on Friday night, some people go do this, do that. Well, what we did was we got drunk as hell at our house first, and then you drive drunk to the bar. And there's really only two outcomes. There may be three, but there's really only two outcomes.
All right.
It's either I'm getting laid tonight, right? Like that's your initial thought when you walk in the bar. You don't want to fight when you first walk in the door. You want a girl, right? Like that would be the ideal situation is you end up with somebody that night. Okay. But let's be honest, how often does that actually work for an average guy? The good-looking guys, they can go out pretty much anytime they want to in a crowded bar on a Saturday night and find some girl. Okay. But a normal guy, what's your success rate? Like once out of every 5 times? Maybe once out of 3, maybe once out of 10, just depends.
All right.
Right? I mean, well, you've married your high school sweetheart. You haven't been in the dating scene very much.
I didn't have that,
I got you.
Early 20s, bar raging.
Okay, so
but I respect the game.
What do you think? 20, 15%, maybe 10. It depends, but so that means
Andrew's repping a solid 35.
Yeah, he's like 1 out of 5, bro. What you talking about, dude?
He beat us all up. Take our
Hey, he's
take our
been doing
wives.
jiu-jitsu for a long time, so
I'm serious.
Can promise you, if you end up on the ground with somebody who knows jiu-jitsu, that's a bad place to be.
Yeah.
Because your size no longer counts when you're on the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your size is great when you're swinging and throwing and tackling, but once you get on the ground, the size don't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Anyways, so if you didn't get a girl, what you did was you got in a fight. That was pretty much. Because if everybody's striking out with the women, well, now you're mad and you're drunk already. There's other guys there trying to do the same thing from different platoons and different units across the military installation because it's all Army dudes.
Yeah.
If you're 21 years old, you're an Army guy. Fact, in a bar, 9 out of 10 times. So then it just becomes, well, hell, now my group's tougher than your group. You know what I mean? Like, we none of us could get girls, but I bet you would kick y'all's ass if we walk outside.
I like that.
So, and I rarely started fights ever. I hated fighting. Never enjoyed it.
Yeah, you've said that before.
But my buddies, a couple of them were just like habitual line steppers because they knew they had people like me with them in our group who, if we got to that point, I'm not even going to think about it. I'm coming in. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm coming in with haymakers. I'm just trying to hurt people. I'm just trying to end the fight, really.
Right.
But the best way to end the fight is just have somebody unconscious, and the fight's pretty much over. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to let you stomp a guy out on the ground either. But, yeah, so that was all my experience. Just came from that scenario playing out over and over and over again.
Yeah, man.
You're just like, I'm incredibly bored by this conversation.
No,
so.
I am. I have nothing relatable to say to that. Like the biggest fights I got in were in middle school that I worked out really hard, and I went to kind of a smaller school. I actually had the strongest bench in my entire high school when I was in 10th grade.
Nice. What was it?
It's like 250.
Well, still, that's respectable for 10th grade.
grader.
Yeah, that's not bad. So you're like 10th grade, you're like 15, maybe 16?
Yeah.
Is that right? 15?
Yeah. Turned 16.
That's pretty good. 250. What was your body weight?
Like 215, 210.
That's not terrible. Definitely not terrible.
Nah. I mean, I worked out really hard. That's
exactly what happened to me. I got bullied in middle school, and then I started lifting weights.
Yeah.
And I hit like a huge growth spurt. I grew from like 5'7" or 5'8" to like what I am now in a summer.
Right.
And like put on like 25 pounds, and all of a sudden those guys that were bullying me are just like, hey man, you playing football this year?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
And then practice came, and it was time to bust some ass, baby.
Yeah, tongue punch some ass,
that's
baby.
right. You already know.
That's what you were thinking.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
No, dude, it's cool. I think the people at, some of our younger audience needs to hear that. If you're getting picked on, putting in locker, we've all been there.
Yeah.
So just put your head down and get in that weight room, baby.
Yeah. You could definitely, you could either tell on them or handle it yourself. I mean, I'm not saying that handling it yourself is always the right thing to do, but for me, I mean, that helped me a ton.
If you change how you're perceived, like if you are the smallest guy getting picked on, then you hit the weights for a year, and then all of a sudden
you're no longer the smallest guy.
You're no longer the smallest guy.
That's right. It's like, that's just nature. That's just normal animal behavior right there.
Yep.
Say, I'm getting my ass kicked. Well, I guess we need to go eat and work out.
Right.
All right. Well, now next year, come pick on me now,
Yep.
And they just don't want to, because a bully doesn't want to challenge. Really, at the end of the day, you don't want to be challenged.
No.
You just want an easy win,
Yeah.
So don't be an easy win. That's good life advice for the kids. Get in many fights as you possibly can in middle school, right? That's what Bad is saying. Just push back,
Nope.
Start as many physical altercations as you possibly can.
Thank you, Shop Carls.
A message from Carl real quick. Remember, kids, always fight back. Don't ever turn the other cheek. Okay, well, this was fun. Was fun. We should definitely run this back. Andrew, too, how do you feel, man, being like actually in the saddle? Is this something you can do?
Oh, yeah.
It's weird, I know. But I don't know. I mean, how's the transition been? Like, oh, my Lord.
You broke it.
Wow.
Did you see that part?
Dude.
What in the actual...
that ain't coming back, dog.
Oh, it's coming back. I just don't know how it got undid. Undone. Undid's not a word.
Dude.
Holy shit.
Mine's about to go, too.
Dude, what in the... I've never seen that happen. Oh, okay, I see. Let me see if I can hold the mic and fix it while I stay on good audio. This is commitment right here, Andrew. This is what you got to do.
Agreed.
What the hell? How? Oh, it's just been swung around so many times. Okay, take over.
Dude, that is not going to work, because now your wire is going to wrap every time you do it.
I'll just unplug it and do it again. I got plenty of slack. I just want to get it back on there so I can finish.
Yeah, we literally have 5 minutes.
Okay. See, well, it's back on there now. I just don't. How did it come off? I've been doing this for an hour. Okay.
All this fight talk, man.
Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Well, it was fun. Oh, did I just unplug my mic? I can't hear Yeah, there we go.
I can hear you.
Jesus. All right. This was fun. We should definitely do this again, maybe with different people. There's a lot of fishing YouTubers we did not cover today.
Yeah.
We never did match up Perrick with anybody, which I'd love to have that conversation.
Perrick, One Rod.
I thought about Perrick and One Rod, but we'll save all that for another day. But Perrick, One Rod, Larackley. You got a Black Tip H, little wiry guy.
Yeah.
You got, who else we got? We got
a lot of outdoorsmen, too. Kendall Gray, Braden Price.
I was thinking Kendall Gray earlier. We got all Kicking Their Bass TV. Got him in the mix. Was that not interesting to you? You just made a weird noise.
I did.
Oh, okay. Who else? Well, there's some more people we haven't mentioned that are really prominent.
Not really. Everybody's quitting, dude. Everybody's quitting.
That's a good point.
There's about 5 of us left.
Yeah, there won't be too many. But yeah, we should definitely do this again, though. So give us some suggestions in the comment section. Make sure you guys are telling us who would win these fights, in your opinion, in the comment section, because I would love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, I want to hear.
Make sure you're subscribing to this podcast channel if you have not already. Also, make sure if you're listening on any other platform to like us or subscribe or follow, whatever that process is on that platform. And big shout out to Shop Carl's for sponsoring another podcast. So hopefully they won't drop us after this year, because the conversations have just gotten
tongue punchy.
I mean, I think they're great, but you never know how sponsors feel about stuff.
We got to give the people what they want, man. Carl knows how to do it.
Yeah, that's a fact. All right, folks, until next time, thank you to the two Andrews for sitting over there and being all pretty, giving us something to talk about today. Thank you guys for listening. We will catch you next time.
Tongue punch you later.